Yeah, good to be back again here. A very beautiful afternoon to you. This is Consumer Analytics at Consumer Ala TV. And on this program, everything we do is based on the consumer's opinion and consumer preference. I am Iri Ayomikunleke.
All right, welcome back to the segment today, the program today, Consumer Analytics. We are here to analyze what consumer has said to us in the past week or yesterday or today, anyone. Today is Monday, so our reporters went out to make a research on Indomie noodles and what the consumer wants, what the consumer likes, and the one that has won the heart of the consumers. And this is the program where we analyze everything the consumer has said. And as we all know, our TV station is consumer oriented. Your opinion is what we voice out. Your voice needs to be heard because you deserve to be heard. And this is Consumer Ala TV. I'm Kike Lomo Ajibola, and welcome to another segment of Consumer Analytics.
Good afternoon, Kike.
Good afternoon, Yurem.
It's so good for us to be here again.
Yeah.
Like I said, good to be back again. You're looking, what word should I use? Like,
oh God.
I'm lots of adjective right now.
Okay.
You're not looking bad.
Thank you very much.
Like you said earlier on, reporters have done so well by eating the street of Lagos, to seek consumers' preference and opinion. But in research, talking about noodles, we have a lot of brands. Yeah, people just think maybe, and most people think noodles, the mistake noodles for Indomie.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people think I want to buy noodles is the real name. Indomie is the brand. So talking about noodles, we have a lot of brands. We have Indomie, we have Mini-Me, we have Honeywell, we have Golden Penny, we have Chiki. A lot of stuff. We have a lot of brands we have when it comes to noodles.
Yeah.
We have Dangote noodles as well.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I think I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
I've
So talking about noodles right now.
Okay.
Which one would you go for?
Indomie tables.
Indomie tables.
Yeah, Indomie onion tables. The Indomie onion, the green
I think we
nylon.
have the pepper soup.
We have the jollof,
onion. We have the jollof.
The onion, Indomie table onions. Oh, the green one. Oh my God, that's the best noodles.
And I think we have the goat meat as well.
Yeah, but for me, Indomie onions. I don't know what people are saying, but for me, Indomie onions is the best. It's the best of the best. The best. I cannot even.
So you've been.
Say it's so nice. The texture. It doesn't get soggy. It is nice. The oil, the spices there it just eats. And the fact that I love onions so much, so just slice your onions to eat. You don't even need pepper. Indomie onions is my go-to. Is my comfort food. It's
your comfort food.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I wanted to ask you a question, but you've answered it. But for me, I think I will go for goat meat. Yeah, I love that flavor so much. I think it's Golden Penny. The thing is, I've always been seeing that that brand, but something about me is that when it comes to brand, I'm always picky when it comes to like jollof, those
me
kind
too.
of. I don't like it. But one day somebody just told me you can try this out and you will love it, and I tried it out and I love it. And so since that day, honestly, believe me when I tell you that everything I'm always going for when it comes for noodles is the goat meat, a brand. I love it so much.
I don't know. I'm not somebody that likes to experiment with food, but the ones I like, I just stick to them. So I've never tried the jollof. I've never tried the goat meat. Every other one, I've never tried them. I don't look forward to trying them.
And we really need to look at this aspect. And even without seeing this video, I know the brand. I think I know the brand that people would actually go for. Honestly, I can predict it, but don't let us go there before we can see. But before there, one of the reasons why people love noodles, if I ask you that, what is the main reason why people love noodles?
I actually feel like because noodles is something that is quick to make.
That is it. You just
there is no serere, there's no extra craziness to it. It's not as if you are making stew. It's not as if you have to fry chicken. You have to do this. It's only when you want to like take your time to say, okay, I want to make
spice it up.
Yeah, but for people that just want to go about their day, that people that need food immediately, noodles is just the go-to food apart from garri and water.
Okay, so on a random, how many times do you take noodles in a week?
In a week, I wouldn't lie. I would say about two times. time or 2 times. Noodles is not really my food. As I said, it's my comfort food. Maybe when I'm very like craving it, or maybe I just need to eat and I don't know what to eat. Like my mind is blank. I don't know what to eat and I cannot put together what to eat at that particular time. I'm going to go for noodles because that's a safe food for me. I know that it tastes nice any day, anytime. So, but if I just feel like, oh, I want to make noodles, I garnish it. Trust me, I show it down in the kitchen and I make my noodles as nice as possible.
Okay.
But it's just a comfort food.
Kike Basi. Alright, this is the Consumer Analytics on Consumer Alert TV, and you know how we do it. Everything we do on this program is centered based on the opinion and preference of the consumers, and our reporters have done so well last weekend by hitting the street of Lagos to seek people's opinion in regards to noodles brand. Let's go there and see what we have.
Hello consumers, you're welcome to another beautiful episode of Consumer Voice on Consumer Hala TV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is the show where we'll be going to the street to get people's opinions on different leading brands and tell us their reasons why they prefer those brands over the other. And today we are putting noodles to the test. As you already know, some people like noodles and take it daily, while some take it because it's their comfort food. But then we want to know which brand people prefer. There are lots of noodles brand in Nigeria, but we want to know which one truly has the heart of Nigerians. So stick with me as we find out. So which type do you like eating?
Indomie noodles. Indomie noodles.
Golden penny jollof.
Chicken flavor of minimi.
Indomie.
Indomie table.
Indomie table.
Chiki and Indomie.
And as you already know, we've been focusing on noodles for today. And Indomie noodles is taking the lead. And like I always say, this is not a show to criticize other brands. It's a show to make sure that those other brands know that they have to put more effort and make their products better for the consumers. And until next time on this show, I am Matilda Omenai. Bye for now.
Kudos to you, Matilda Omenai. That's our reporter on the street of Lagos, and she did so well. You know, before we played this, I said
that this particular one is going to win.
I said it that okay, I have a feeling that this brand, you know, will top the chart, and I was not disappointed.
Actually, because they are good. They're actually good with their stuff. I'm not even going to lie to you. I could actually count the amount of noodles that you would just pour in water and they become soggy or fat. So it just doesn't look right about the but Indomie. When it comes to Indomie, the Indomie brand it has been serving from ages and is still serving till today. And that's what we talk about brand. The consistency is the key. Consistency is what's going to make you known in the market. Don't think a brand is dominating the market. Nobody's going to monopolize the market if you allow the brand to do that. They are going to take their time to do that because they are serving people with quality things to eat. Indomie is a quality noodles. You eat Indomie and you know that okay, I'm eating noodles. It's not dry, it's not soggy, it's not too soft, it's not problematic to make. Indomie noodles is actually the best. For me also, I would pick Indomie noodles any day, anytime over any noodles. Before I used to like Golden Penny, but I don't know, the flavor of Golden Penny has changed in a way and the smell, I'm not a fan of it anymore. But right now, Indomie, especially Indomie onions, oh my god, you guys should keep on doing your work.
Okay.
The work is working. The delivering is delivering. So yeah, we love it.
I support you about what you just said because there is something about when it comes to brand that is very, very important. We have to queue that is very, very important: quantity and quality. Yeah. But the number one that comes first is the quantity. There is something I'm not surprised because I foresee this that okay. That Indomie will top the chart. Yeah. And there is something unique about Indomie is because of the quality. The quality of the brand since ages, like you said, has not reduced. Never. The quality is still premium. You're still giving us that Indomie table, that Indomie we knew while growing up 7 years ago. Nothing has changed. But talking about the quality, it might have, dropped. The price might have increased.
The price actually, I think it should be the one of the prices in the market.
Yes, it's quite expensive among the brands of noodles.
That's what brands keep on misinterpreting. It's not about the price these days. It's about the quality. I'm very sure that if your market is high, if your price is high, it has to be serving a purpose. And people that actually understand the quality of things and not quantity are going to patronize you. Don't think because you want to lure consumers to your side, you want to reduce the price and then give them stuff, something that is not actually premium. If you do that, you are losing more customers than actually gaining more customers. I don't know.
Okay, I think I would ask you. It's about time I ask you, how much did they pay you? If they pay you how much, just let me know. So we just split it like a 50-50.
I'm talking about, I'm even talking about brands in general, not even noodles anymore, because just like last week when we spoke about, I think last week, before we went for the weekend, we're talking about the fact that it's not always about what you give to people at a discounted price. Don't think people are not wise enough. Don't think the consumers are not wise enough to understand
they know what they want, obviously.
This thing you are giving to them is not of it. Why not just make it the regular price and then give them premium product and see if they're going to buy it or not? But because you think that, oh, if my product is lesser, definitely these people are going to come and buy from me. And it's not that way. Look at it now from this particular report that Matilda and I went to go and make. Indomie is actually of the higher price in the market as of now. But then they're still topping the chart because people love what they are giving. People understand that, okay, what these people are giving to us is of the right amount for what I'm buying. So I'm getting the value of what I am purchasing, not just that, oh, let me go and buy this particular one in the market and then I'm getting them, it's kind of soggy, it's getting fat, it just looks somehow. So I just feel like noodles are doing very, very well.
You're right to that one. And I think one of the reasons why Indomie is still topping the chart, the brand Indomie is still topping the chart, is because, you know, while growing up, they created a very beautiful imagery, imagery pictures, you know, they injected it to us through advertisement and all of that, you know. And growing up, I guess it was previously it was while growing up it used to be Indomie, da 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 da, and later on it went to Mama do good, oh, you know, you do good, you know, stuff like that.
Very
you know, even when you're in the kitchen, you're doing the dishes or something, if you hear, you know, the sound of that advert, even, you know, you would have seen it countless times, but you will still, it happens to me, something that happens to me anytime I'm doing the dishes while I was much younger. You know, when I hear that sound, I will still leave the kitchen and
quickly go and
peep and watch what is on the screen. Yes. It's because of the, you know, that's the power of the brand imagery right there. They've done a lot when it comes to that advertisement, and you know, it still sticks to our head. So you know, most of us are now growing older, and you know, and their quality has not dropped. So right now we are passing the bat. You know, it's just like a generational thing, you know, from one generation to another. And, you know, since they are still getting the quality, I guess that is also one of the things why it's still topping the chart. And it's not that maybe other brands are not topping the chart. Kudos to other brands. But I think about what Kike said the other time, he said a lot of things about quality, about them sticking to the original ingredient of the brand and all of that. All these things makes brand to be still top, even though they are expensive. I guess noodles is now above 200 right now.
Indomie is at 350.
Okay,
I guess.
People are still buying it because you know they are getting the quality of what they want.
I think the pack of noodles now should be around 11,000, 12,000. Indomie, the Indomie one. Yeah, and it depends on the size and the gram. So sometimes it's like that.
And you know, Indomie brand, they're very, very creative. There was a time they did. Was it called? I guess it was called Hungry Man. Yeah, I don't even think maybe Hungry Man is still in the market.
I think it is still, and it's now called Belefu or something.
Oh, Belefu. Okay, yeah. So you know, they created they did a whole lot of work when it comes to advertisements, when it comes to meeting customers, customer satisfaction. They did a whole lot. Other brands too are doing so well, but I guess they need, you know, to top up their game. When it comes to noodles, I get a lot of review about one particular brand that is not good. I'm not going to mention the brand actually, but if you are a very good, if you're a lover of noodles, you will know this brand. And if you've explored all the brands of noodles out,
you know the brand.
Okay.
Oh.
We have a call.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Oh, Mary, I didn't get the name again.
Magdalene?
Oh, Mary, it's nice to have you on the program. Okay. Please bring it on. Oh. All right, Mary, we've heard you so well, and apologies about that brand you said you got and you bought then, and you said something like
it smells like
rotten stuff. Apologies. And after did you try to get back to these people, to this brand?
Oh, they said they'll get back to her.
Hello. Okay. That is something.
I think she said they'll get back to her, and
I couldn't hear her at that end.
Looked into it. But we're coming to the end of the show. Please, we have another report that we went to the field for. Our reporter hit the streets of Lagos to check about bar soap in specific.
Before we go there, because while Mary was talking, I couldn't hear. As my hand here, I guess the network singing a bad song. But there is something that the brand owner should do better right now. When they get feedback from the consumers out there, they are meant to take it up. I don't know why. I don't know why most brands, they see consumer feedback as, will I call it threat or something not important.
Yeah.
It is right time that brand owners are right out there need to start, working effectively to all the feedback they're getting from the consumer, because it's very, very important. It is very, very important. It's mandatory. It is even good for the growth of the brand. So, Mary, we apologize, and that is something about all this buy two, get one free, buy three, get one free brands and all of that. They're just new in the market and they are trying to sell themselves out. So in the reference to all this, of course, they might be good and they might be, like just a case implied. So we apologize. And now back to the soap. Our reporter has eaten the street of Lagos as well. She was in the street of Lagos, and they made a lot of research about bar soap. Let's give you what we have.
A refreshed bath is a good way to start your day. But with so many bathing soap options out there, which one truly cleans the skin? I am Elizabeth Abefe and I'm live here at Ikeja, Lagos. Welcome to Consumer Voice on Consumer Hala TV. Here we'll be asking our consumer which brand is their preference and why are they choosing it. What's so special about this particular brand? And today we'll be putting bathing soap to a test. Which bathing soap truly cleans the body, purify the body, and wash away germs from the body? You know what? Let's go find out. Which soap do you use?
I use Eva soap.
Well, I like to use Premier Cool.
Eva soap.
Make use of Eva soap.
Doodle soap.
I use Extract.
I use Hawaii. We've asked our consumers, as you all know, the voice of our consumers really matters. We've had the best choice of bathing soap, and they've told us which one really matters. Many of them went for Eva, mainly because of the size and because it does not react to any skin color. It blends with all the skin color. Okay, till our next edition on Consumer Voice. I am Elizabeth Abefe reporting for Consumer Hala TV. Bye.
She did it so well. And talking about bathing soap, I didn't even see this coming. It came to me as a shock. I never expected Eva topping the chart.
Really? Me too, actually. But I think Eva is actually a very beautiful soap. And they have different fragrances.
I know they have different fragrances.
I understand why people will love Eva. People like to explore scents. So I feel like Eva is not really like a surprise.
Yes, I used Eva though. That was like about 6 years ago. But I don't think, but then I used it when it was being sold at the rate of 250 or so. But right now, I think I heard about someone was telling, I was somewhere in the midst of a conversation, and someone was saying they now sell Eva for maybe 1,000 and above. I cannot place it right now.
Wow.
So to me, I do not see it coming that Eva will top the chart. But whatever it is, like you said earlier on, people love to explore fragrances. And there is something about Eva. If it is maybe for example, maybe they have like a banana flavor, you will get the fragrance
exactly
of that is something I love about them.
People really like about them, and the fact that, and what I said earlier is that look at Eva going from 250 to that range price now. It's not about the price anymore. It's about if it serves the people are going to buy it regardless of how much it costs. Eva has nice fragrance in different color. People like to explore stuff. Everybody's a kid at arts, no matter how old you are. And it forms a lot. Eva forms a lot. I don't use Eva, but like Eva forms a lot, and Eva is for every skin color. It doesn't select.
Yeah, it's a very good moisturizing.
Yeah,
soap.
it doesn't select. So I guess I understand why people love Eva. Actually.
And I
Eva
guess
is actually
it's
a
quite
beautiful soap.
It's quite herbal because it has aloe vera and
it has
butter
everything.
in it.
It works perfectly for every skin tone. It doesn't select. Say,
select,
this one is for fair people. This one is for light skin, dark skin people. So I think that's why Eva is actually topping the chart. But then.
It is what it is.
You did well.
Please note everything done on this program is not based on critics, but it is sincerely based on consumers' opinion and consumer preference. We have a whole lot to say about this program, but now we have to move to the next segment of the show, Resolution Box, where we get it all sorted out. If you're having a problem or you're having an issue in regards to any brand at all, please call the numbers running through your big screen. But before we go, what do you have for the listeners at home?
I would say the brand should actually be open-minded and be aware that consumers have the voice of their own, the mind of their own. You can't force somebody not to like what you think is nice. And also, when consumers bring complaints to your table, do well to respond to it as soon as possible. Don't leave your consumers hanging, and don't forget that their money is what they are giving to you for a valuable result, and if they don't get that and they are dissatisfied, it is in your best interest that you should, respond to them as soon as possible. And don't forget that this is Consumer Alert TV, showing consumer analytics as of this moment, and we air every day of the week. And also the fact that Consumer Alert TV is a TV station that takes the voice of the consumer so important. We value your opinions, we respect your opinions, and we are here to advocate for you. And don't forget that our mobile app is coming soon. Like, it's already out there, but the upgraded version is coming out very soon, where you can lodge complaints and also take survey on every product, on every sector in every industry sector in Nigeria. And we have a 72-hour feedback mechanism where we will respond to you. And don't forget to follow us across all social media platforms: Instagram, Consumer Alert TV, YouTube, where you're watching us right now, Consumer Alert TV. If you're also watching us on Facebook, thank you for joining the show today, Consumer Alert TV. Like, share, subscribe, and also follow us. Let people know that Consumer Alert TV is here to be the voice of the voiceless. I'm Kikelemo Ajibola. Thank you for joining us today, and let's move to Resolution Box, as Ibrahim McKinley has said.
I'll be right back. What I have to say is, because I'm still coming back on the show, Eva, thumbs up. Indomie,
thumbs up.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
Consumer Alert TV.
Consumer Alert TV.
Consumer Alert TV.
At Consumer Alert TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at Consumer Alert TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our Consumer Alert brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at Consumer Alert TV. Follow us on our Facebook page, Consumer Alert TV, our Instagram page, Consumer Alert TV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. Consumer Alert TV. At Consumer Alert TV, you deserve to be heard. At Consumer Alert TV, you deserve to be heard.
All right, my name is Korede Peters, and I am a product manager. So this is a very innovative idea, and first off, everybody's a consumer, and so this is the voice of the consumer, and this is the voice that is going to be heard. For the first time, the consumers in this country are going to be able to express their ideas and to get to know your rights, to know what belongs to you. And it's going to change a lot of branding. It's going to change a lot of things, because everybody knows that we're not just getting things out for the consumers. The consumers have a right to accept. You know, as they say, the customer is always right. So the customer is the consumer, and the consumer is always right. So, you know, when there is control, when there is feedback, there is bound to be change. So so I said, I'm a product manager. When you develop products, sometimes you believe you know what the users want, and through different kinds of surveys. But when the users actually get the product, they can tell you their mind, how the product is, their feeling about the product. So it's good to definitely change how products are being designed, how services are being given to people, because you can get a feedback, and that feedback can make or mar a company, you know, and everybody wants to have good feedback. So it's definitely going to change the behavior of people that make products. One very good thing is information. Information is power. So the consumer is going to get way more powerful. The voice of the consumer will be heard, the opinions of the consumers will be heard, and that opinion will shape how products and services will be made in this country going forward. Be on the lookout. You are now in charge. Several things coming your way through this station. I'm very excited about it. The things he's already brought out, and there will be many more things. But the bottom line, the consumer is now in the driver's seat. So Consumer Alert TV, thank you for this innovative work. You're going to keep evolving, and just follow the consumer. The consumers will lead you to what they want, and that's how it's supposed to be, always. You're going to have different types of consumers, and they're going to pander to the different needs, but you're going to be making consumers very, very powerful. So thumbs up, keep up the good work. My name is Korede Peters. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kikeloma Juvala. Thanks for being with me earlier on Consumer Analytics. You did so well, my girl. Thumbs up to you. And now this is Resolution Box on Consumer Hala TV. This is where we take complaints of you as a consumer. Please note, all the complaints you have pertaining to all brand is not in reference to this brand we're talking about on the program or the content we're talking about on the program today. If you have any complaint about any other brand outside from the content we're reviewing or we're talking on the program, please do well to call the numbers running through your big screen. I am Iri Ayomikuleke. This is Resolution Box.
And I am Iremofe Kuforola. And good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on today's edition of Resolution Box, where we try to bring feedback to your complaints, and we are here just to help out with your complaints and also whatever the issues might be. As consumers, we all have different issues and all that. So do what to call on the show today. Let's rub minds, share your experience with us, and let's learn one way or the other from your experience, because every experience is very valid and very, very valid. Everybody has different experiences, and and for instance, that using a particular brand, you might have a different experience from me, and for the fact that your experience is not so good does not mean somebody else might not have a very nice experience. I guess we have a caller on the line.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear us? Good afternoon.
Hello.
Okay, I guess the network is thinking about something there. Please, you just enable to call back on the show by calling the numbers running through the big screen.
Yeah, please do as you call. And like I was saying, we all have different experiences, and sometimes you might use a particular product and the experience might not be so good. Somebody else might use them like, oh no, I don't have the same. That is sometimes getting products or you purchasing goods based on someone's recommendation might not be so good, because especially when it comes to drugs.
I guess you're talking from experience.
Yeah. Oh yeah, come on. I'm talking from experience because I've been there.
When you're sounding, you sounded like maybe you've tried out a brand and it didn't work out for you.
I've tried, especially when it comes to soaps. At some point, I really did have a particular brand I was using, and that's not so good, because if you're having, and sometimes consumers, we have the what would I say, we have, I don't want to use the word blame or fault, but sometimes we don't
have a specific choice of
yes
preference.
Because your friend says, I'm using this soap, it makes my skin glow. Because you want glowing skin, you get it. Then after 1 month, you realize that it's not working. You go to another one.
Your friend might be glowing. When it becomes your own turn, you turn to Gloria.
I mean, it's
I didn't call him actually.
If you even turn to Gloria, it's even better. You might not even glow, talk less of having the Ria in it. You understand? But the truth of the matter is, sometimes even when it comes to even food, sometimes people are allergic to some certain food. I know someone for sure that it doesn't take noodles. If it takes noodles or anything that has crayfish in it, you understand, he's allergic. So his skin reacts. So sometimes if my friend is using a particular product, a soap, and I say, I like it too, and I'm using it, at the end of the day, because of this texture of my skin, I might begin to react to it, because I've reacted to so many products before. And I realized that I was the one who was at fault, because I was using everything. And sometimes it might not be based on recommendation. It might be based on the fact that you don't just stick to one particular product. You just like today, this one is cheaper. Some people are always going for any product that is cheaper. You understand? Because everything is the same. That's why you need more consumer orientation, more consumer enlightenment to understand that it's not just drugs that you need a prescription. Even food, even toothpaste, even anything you use, you have to ensure that anything you consume is not because my friend, even you can be in the same family, parents, what they use might not really work effectively on a child. You understand? Because sometimes children, they have, that's why you see bathing soap for children, you see body cream for them, food that they need to eat, because as adults, what you might consume might work differently on a child, and if a child takes it, it might not work. So you're like, I'm using the soap, my children are using the soap, it's not working on them. It's not because it doesn't want to work, but it's because it's made up of different components that might not necessarily work on them. So all of these things today come to play, you know, it comes to play when it comes to issues like this. But the fact remains that there's some products that if you use them generally, it has side effects. You understand? Because I don't know what they use in the components. I don't understand.
You've done so well, Irimofe. Conduce to you, sir. It's always a pleasure having you on the program of Resolution Box. And you've spoken so well. And it's a showtime for the double erase, you know. We own the floor right now.
Sure.
So we have to so high. This is Resolution Box on Consumer Hala TV. If you are just joining us, what we do on this program is based on you. This is the platform we give you as a consumer a voice because you deserve to be heard. If you're feeling displeasure over any brand whatsoever, please do well to call the numbers running.
We have another caller.
Okay, we have a call. Hello? Oh, we lost that. I guess the network is singing a bad song. But we hope to see your calls again. Please do well to call the numbers running through your screen. And if you're just joining us, like I said earlier on, this is Resolution Box on Consumer Hala TV. And if you didn't join us previously on Consumer Analytics, our reporters have done so well. Elizabeth Abefe and Matilda Omenai. They were on the street of Lagos to ask people opinion about their preference about noodles and beaten soap, and they've done so well, and the consumers as well have done so well by choosing their preference. And please note, if you're watching this, everything we do on this program is not based on critics. We are not criticizing any brand, but we are just trying to talk about the reality of consumers' preference and consumers' choice. Now let's give you what we have.
And before you go into that, I would want to say that we are not trying to recommend any products here. Don't say because you watched it on the big screen that, oh, this is what the consumers, majority of them want.
Recap it again.
We are not recommending, like I said earlier on.
Recap it again.
We are not recommending anything for you. So anything you watch on the big screen is not what our recommendation. Just what consumers feel like. Okay, this is what works for them. So don't say because majority of them they are using this particular kind of soap. Then you feel like, oh, they've shown it on that show. That this is the soap you should be using. They use it. It's not working. It's because I saw it on that television show. No, that is not it. Please know that this is based on what consumers feel, and every opinion is valid. It is what they feel, whether it is noodles or soap. So let's get to see what our reporters have to say concerning this.
Hello, consumers. You're welcome to another beautiful episode of Consumer Voice on Consumer Hala TV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is the show where we'll be going to the street to get people's opinions on different leading brands and tell us their reasons why they prefer those brands over the other. And today we are putting noodles to the test. As you already know, some people like noodles and take it daily, while some take it because it's their comfort food. But then we want to know which brand people prefer. There are a lot of noodles brand in Nigeria, but we want to know which one truly has the heart of Nigerians. So stick with me as we find out. So which type do you like eating?
Indomie noodles. Indomie noodles.
Golden penny jollof.
Chicken flavor of Minimi.
Indomie. Indomitable. Indomitable. Chiki and Indomie.
And as you already know, we've been focusing on noodles for today. And Indomie noodles is taking the lead. And like I always say, this is not a show to criticize other brands. It's a show to make sure that those other brands know that they have to put more effort and make their products better for the consumers. And until next time on this show, I am Matilda Omenai. Bye for now.
A refreshed bath is a good way to start your day. But with so many bathing soap options out there, which one truly cleans the skin? I am Elizabeth Abefe and I'm live here at Ikeja, Lagos. Welcome to Consumer Voice on Consumer Hala TV. Here we'll be asking our consumer which brand is their preference and why are they choosing it? What's so special about this particular brand? And today we'll be putting bathing soap to a test. Which bathing soap truly cleans the body, purify the body, and wash away germs from the body? You know what? Let's go find out. Which soap do you use?
I use Eva soap.
Well, I like to use Premier Cool.
Eva soap. Make use of Eva soap. I use extract.
I use Hawaii. We've asked our consumers, as you all know, the voice of our consumers really matters. We've had the best choice of bathing soap, and they've told us which one really matters. Many of them went forever, mainly because of the size and because it does not react to any skin color. It blends with all the skin color. Okay, till our next edition on Consumer Voice. I am Elizabeth Abefe reporting for Consumer Hala TV.
A beautiful job right there from Matilda Omenai and Elizabeth Abefe, reporters. You people have done so well, and the consumers have done so well as well. And in reference to noodles, Indomie, top the charts. And in reference to, okay, before we go to the patent soap, earlier on, while we're on Consumer Analytics, I said I know the brand that will top the charts for noodles. And Kike was in alignment with me. She said she knows the brand too. And lo and behold, when we saw the clip, we both posted it out that, okay, we knew Indomie would top the chart. Why is it that?
Well, Indomie has proven over the years that they have a standard for themselves. And, they've built their reputation to the point that they have that, when it comes to commercialization, they've really expanded their market reach, and they have the consumers who,
and now they have a wider reach.
Yes, they have the wider reach, and they have consumers who are loyal to the brand. I don't know what they see with Indomie compared to other brands.
It's very hard the word. If another brands come out today and they are given premium quality even than what Indomie is offering their consumers, don't you think consumers would move over to the next, item on the list?
Well, I wouldn't want to say emphatically that they would move, because if you look at it, after Indomie, because even look at it, some people don't even call it noodles. They call it everything noodles. Indomie. Buy Indomie for me. Because over the years, they believe everything is Indomie. And it shows that there have been other products, other brands that came after Indomie, and people still stick with Indomie. You understand? Because they know what they are getting from it. And do not forget, children consume more of these things than adults. Adults too, but children consume, because look at most of these children, the breakfast they take to school is noodles. You understand? And Indomie over there, they have this Indomie fan club that they've established, and it's for children. So they gather them once in a while, maybe Children's Day. They have events for them. You understand? So that alone,
period as well.
You understand? That alone, the children like, I want Indomie. So they've really, that means it was stolen their hearts. They've captured them, and they've become loyal to the brand. So Indomie is doing quite well with that. So I mean, children know what they are actually getting from it, and adults as well. So, and sorry about that. If you look at Indomie, they have different flavors. You understand? Just like some other brands do. If I don't want to take this, I can take goat meat, I can take chicken, or different. I'm not really a noodles person, but maybe once in a while,
onion.
So
you have crayfish. You
understand?
Jollof, a lot of flavors.
You understand? Because you eat Indomie, so
actually.
So you know, and so you can see. So that is why their customers will be loyal to them. If I don't want this, if I'm allergic to onions, someone like me, I can't even take the one of goat meat and onions.
Okay.
So I would take another one that I know that yes. So if you don't go for this, you can go for another one. So I think with that, you have a lot of flavor and options available for you. So
okay, you said so many things, but first of all, I would start from when you were having the conversation, when there was a point you said you don't like goat meat. I love goat meat, actually. I have to confess that it is a flavor I love so much. I never liked it when it first came out here, but somebody told me that was why I said when you were talking about recommendation, it's just like two sides of a coin. It might work for you and it might not. Somebody told me about it. It was not even the exact time the person told me I tried it out. It was after like several weeks or even months. I was like, okay, let me try this thing out. And I tried it. I've ever seen I'm a fan. So about that, and you said something about that the consumers are loyal to the brand,
The brand.
noodles brand, Indomie brand, like doing a kind of a fun fair show and a lot of that. Yeah, to agree to what you said, that was, I guess, that was 2023 or so. I went to a mall and I saw Indomie table brands. They came because it was during Children's Day. That day was Children's Day. I could remember very well. And you believe that they served all the children that came to that mall that day noodles. I was there. So they didn't give out that too. I didn't mean they give out that. I would have gone there. I would have paid my own. But they didn't serve at all. So I think with what you said, you're very, very right about that. So now, based on your own choice, everybody's a consumer. Based on your own choice, which brand do you love most when it comes to noodles?
Indomie. Yeah, because I mean, there is something about the aroma. Yeah, there's something about the aroma that sometimes it's just like anytime I prepare it, I just want to prepare it specially. I don't just take noodles and just prepare noodles. I prepare it in a special way and all that. So I like Indomie. I've tasted other brands, but sometimes that's ways you cook or prepare these things that become sticky in a way, and it's not so nice, So, but with Indomie, it's so nice, and when you see it, you're like, I want to eat this thing, and so it also depends on all these things, When you say it's maybe 2 minutes to prepare, and after the preparation, you just realize that the way it comes out is also sometimes the smell from some of these products you don't even know, and so maybe it's the quality they are trying to reduce or that, but Indomie they've stuck with the game for years, and
yes, this is your solution box on Consumer Hala TV, and please, before we move back to the content of discussion on the program this beautiful afternoon, please, this is where this is a platform for you as a consumer to call and lodge all your complaints. It might not be necessarily in accordance to the content we are discussing. If you have any displeasure or dissatisfaction over any brand, and you've tried your best as a consumer and you are not still getting the satisfied, attention that you need, please do well to call the numbers running through your screen. I am Ira Yomikule, AK.
And I am Irumfeko Fola.
Let's go on a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
Consumer Hala TV.
Consumer Hala TV.
Consumer Hala TV.
At Consumer Hala TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at Consumer Hala TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrives.
And guess what? Our Consumer Hala brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at Consumer Hala TV. Follow us on our Facebook page, Consumer Hala TV, our Instagram page, Consumer Hala TV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. Consumer Hala TV. At Consumer Hala TV, you deserve to be heard. At Consumer Hala TV, you deserve to be heard. welcome back from that commercial break. Thank you for staying there with us. This is Resolution Box, the extension of Consumer Analytics on Consumer Hala TV. And this program is meant for you as a consumer to narrate your opinion, your preference about what you feel about all the brands we have. And today, in context and content on the program, we're talking about bathing soap and we're talking about noodles as well. And before we move to the bathing soap, talking about noodles, still talking about noodles, do you know, I was not surprised with what the clip we saw, what our reporters did on the street. You know, a lot of people chose Indomie over other brands, but some people still chose Mini-Me. And I'm not surprised, because if you are a good lover of noodles, you will know that Mini-Me is just like a replica of Indomie table. You understand?
No.
And most people don't even know that it's same manufacturer that produce Indomie does Mini-Me. So talking about Duffield, yeah, you know, they are doing so well. And I think with what I've seen, with what I've explored, you know, tasting those two brands from same manufacturer, I think they are just trying to, you know, give same. Like if one is about, let me explain this way, if one is about 100 quality, the other brand is about 75, you know. So they're still trying to give you same quality, but, you know, the prices differs. I don't know, maybe you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know, well, based on the quality, I think what they are just trying to do, I don't know if it's sold at the same price.
It is not actually. Indomie table is more higher, talking about price, than Mini-Me.
Well, as you have said, maybe because the prices are different, and you might not get same quality compared to, for instance, if you get Indomie, and Indomie that is the price is higher, so the quality you might get from that might not be the same with Mini-Me. So I think that fact, you might have to factor that in when considering that. That does not then mean that because Mini-Me is cheaper, then the quality should reduce. No. If at all, okay, the same company has decided to make different taste, flavor, or whatever, and call it different name, then that means I should get same quality from it, because it's a perception of the company. If I buy Mini-Me and I realize that same Indomie that produces Mini-Me, then why am I not getting same satisfaction or same taste as Indomie? Then something must be, you know, something must be in place there. So I would just say that it should be the same quality in that sense. Yeah,
you're right. Now let's move to bathing soap. And in reference to bathing soap, Eva did so well. And talking about soap, we have a lot of, you know, brands. Do you know Eva is made in Nigeria? It's made in Nigeria. I'm so glad and I'm so happy that, you know, Nigeria is topping the chart. And, you know, in reference to that, the brand I'm actually using, I guess one or two people made mention to it. But, you know, it didn't top the chart. I was actually expecting it to top the chart, but it is what it is. Yeah, Dudroson. I don't know if you've tried that soap before.
Yeah, not that I particularly tried. Like
you've used it.
The way I just like to explore things. I went to visit a relative there. So when I got there, they were using Dudroson. I mean, I joined them using the soap. So I really don't know if you're to ask me to assess now. I don't even know what to say, because it's not same. Because normally I just from the name sometimes, and being a soap that it's a soap that's very common, you know, it's household name.
Yeah, it's a kind of a traditional, you know, African soap and all of that. Yeah.
It's common, and with the name you might think it's for black people, but I
a lot of people get surprised actually when a lot of people have come to ask me, what soap do you use and all of that. When I told them to do so, they were like, are you kidding me? I told them, I'm not kidding you. It's what actually I was not using it, but I started being on the brand. That was 2022. Until date, it's still what I'm using. It's still what I'm using. So I'm so happy that Eva, a Nigerian brand full of high quality, and you know that blends with all shades of skin. You know, it's topping the chart. It's doing so well. Yeah. I'm super happy. I'm super happy. I once used it before, and trust me, there is something I love about this soap. It's all about that. You know, it's very, what I call it, it's sticking, like it's very, very solid. It's handful. Yeah, I love that about this soap.
And it's foamy too.
It's very, very foamy. And I said something earlier on, well, on Consumer Analytics, I said, for example, if I don't know, maybe tomorrow they might come up with a banana flavor. But if Eva has a brand of banana flavor, you know, it will give you that fragrance, you know, of that banana that vanilla, of what you ever they call it.
Mm-hmm.
So it is something that, you know, all these things too is something that consumers want, you know, they want to see and all of that. Unlike some brands that on the sachet or on the carton of the product, they will write consumer flavor, beg your pardon, a vanilla flavor. They might write, you know, a pineapple, and you won't get all this. I'm not saying that maybe all these things are not, well, maybe part of the ingredient in making all these things, but you trying to get the fragrance from, you know, what you're trying to tell is about. It's like you get a quality from your money too as well.
Yeah, it's very important to know that the quality for your money is it's in place. And if ever I've used Ever, and I think it was the time it was like 250 before, you know, it
that
was
when I used it actually. That was when I used it.
It was 350, 500. The price kept increasing, and I really don't know how much it is sold now. It's been a long time I used it, but I can say for sure. And when you look at all these things, sometimes it's not as if we don't want to use it. I'm just coming from our place of a consumer now, so people might like it, but because of the price, you know, sometimes I was buying 250, and it's not as if I don't like it, but it's now sold for like 700.
No, please, I'm so sorry. Apologies to cut you short. When it was 250, I think gradually it went up to 400, 500. I think it was at the rate of 500 I stopped using it.
So I don't know how much it's sold now. I've used Ever before, and like you said, it's for different skin type. Whether you're dark skin, caramel, you know, any chocolates, any skin color.
It moisturizes the skin as well. That's something I love about it.
You know, there's some soaps you use that, I mean, if you are dark, it lightens you.
It has. You're trying to talk. They're talking about natural fairness.
You understand? So if you are naturally fair, you know that okay, this is your skin color. But now that someone is dark, then you begin to use a soap, then you realize that it's changing your skin color, and not everybody wants to lighten or tone the skin. Understand? So all of these things, and also you have to check too, you as the consumer. Whenever I want to get soap,
so you're talking about check and balance.
Yes. Now
let me jot it down.
So as a consumer, if I want to buy soap, even noodles, these are things people don't check for. I try to read about. So sometimes I go online, check reviews, because you see people, one or two people that have used these products, and they tell you that I don't use it. It does this on your skin. It's not even changing the skin color now. It's all about allergy. Sometimes you can use some soap, maybe because of the components that they use in mixing the soap and producing it. Then your skin begins to react. So what was not on the skin before, you begin to realize that this thing was on my skin. Not because that soap is not good. That's why I said earlier too that as consumers, we don't have that education enough to know that this product does not mean because it's available in the market, it's for everybody. There are some people that do not necessarily have to use that product. You can imagine if you are fair or light skin, and if you are fair and you are using a soap that will make your skin dark, who would you blame? Is it you buying the soap or the company? Because the company has made soap for people who are dark skin. You understand? So you have to understand that too. Then understand the components. When I pick it up, I go through it. I read everything. You say, okay, store in a cool place. Some people don't even store it in the right way. They expose it to temperature that though you might keep it in your bedroom, but you might be exposed to a part that you shouldn't expose it to. You understand? Maybe you leave your window widely open, and the ray of sun and all of those things, the temperature is not even, you know, friendly, and you understand, and you use it and you like it's not working. And sometimes they tell you use twice a day before going to bed. For you to see results. For you to see results. You use it once in a day. It's not working. You're like, this soap is not working. It's not. They've told you use this twice a day. And sometimes they might tell you.
Do you know? Let me cut you short there. Most reason why people don't want to use it twice in a day is because if I use it twice a day, what is meant to last me for a month will last me for 2 weeks.
Oh, then the results,
then economize.
Then you have to be patient with the result. Then now you have to be patient with the result, because they say use it twice in a day, and you are trying to economize, and you are not seeing the result.
We won't blame them. We all know
and you don't blame the company too now. You don't blame the company too, because they produced it and they've told you. Because if you look at it most times. If you look at it most times, all these soap, they tell you use morning and night. And because most times they know that you are stressed out, you have, you know, your skin is sweaty and the dirt, everything is, you know, it's clogging on your skin, and you just have to wash it off. And there's this atmosphere at night. Everywhere is relaxed and all
cool,
that. It's cool. So it's what's and sometimes they might even advise that.
Sorry to cut you short. Even most of the time, skincare experts advise you to use your product, during the night, in the evening time. You
understand? And sometimes they might even advise that you get to use the lotion because they believe that it works better that way. But if you are using that brand with another lotion and the lotion is not even doing so, I mean, at the end of the day, soap is not working. It's not the company's fault. It is you as a consumer who has not understood how the products work.
So you're trying to say that reading of prescriptions on all these brands is very, very important.
Yes.
A lot of people don't. You're very right. I think while growing up to fall victim, but the more you grow, the more you get explored.
Exactly.
The more
We
you
won't
know
be
about
there.
things and all of that.
Yeah.
So I get to read it too, and I'll be like, okay, twice and all of that. So though there was a time as well when I see prescriptions like use twice, I'm like, it's one thing. But since when I'm now grown, me grown now, I try to adhere to the instructions on the prescriptions and I see results. So I guess you're right there, but we won't blame them.
Yeah, that's why resolution box is there now, so that they can understand. So sometimes you just say that this product is not working, but the company has done the best.
This is welcome to Nigeria where everything and anything goes. Let me tell you something. A lot of people will pick up a knife when they buy soap, bar soap, whatever. Cut it into two.
Yeah.
That way again. Cut it into pieces,
Please don't go
for
there.
I guess you go victim now.
Why you're so busy?
No, let's break this table. We are still trying to talk about, economizing. It's part of.
But in as much as I try to, I won't deny the fact that I do that. Yeah. No, nothing wrong with that.
Hallelujah.
But the truth of the matter is this.
Okay.
In as much as I do that, I ensure that I still use it the right way. You can do that in the sense that it helps to economize. I won't lie.
It helps to economize.
I was still telling one of our colleagues.
Should I break the table right now?
Yes.
Should I break the table?
Yes.
I also fall victim. It is what I do. It is what it is.
So that's why you can relate. You can understand. It resonates to you. So I do that. I won't lie. I can even cut it to 4 or 5. Me, I do that. But the only thing is that I use it the way it has been prescribed. Because one thing I realized. Do you know? It was not even that I started that.
Please, before you go.
Yeah.
I was trying to do that, to explore that arithmetic one day, and I was cutting, and I had a friend, and my friend was like, he said it in Yoruba, and I have to say it right now. He said, the meaning of that in English, like, why are you cutting this like you are cutting pieces of meat? I was like, I know how to adjust. So I fall victim of it as well. Please go on.
Yeah, so I wasn't even doing that before. But I just realized that if I buy it and the quantity is big, and before it's foamy, it's not my fault. Then I realized that within 2 weeks this soap has finished.
It has dissolved.
It has dissolved, right, for better words. And I'm like, what's happening now? Something that then I realized that wait, what if I cut it into 2? Then I realized that when I cut it into 2, it lasts longer than when I was using the old time. I was like, something is speaking to me. Then I cut even the one into 2.
The Holy Spirit is speaking to you actually.
Yeah, the one into 2, I cut into 4. Then we are good to go.
Yeah, but the question is, who taught you that?
The economy taught me that.
The economy taught us all. Yeah. This is Resolution Box on Consumer Hala TV, and I tell you, it's been a fun being on this program. But what is Resolution Box without you as a consumer to call in and tell us where you're feeling dissatisfaction about a brand or about a product? This is a platform well designed for you as a consumer because you have a voice and your voice needs to be heard. So please, if you've tried from your own hand, from your own capacity, to get attention of all the brands out there, a particular brand in variance to different sectors, and you're not getting the deserved attention, please do well to call the numbers running through your screen. Is not based on the content we're discussing on the program. You might just call in and explain your narrative over any dissatisfaction you're feeling about any brand. We'll hear it out, and of course at Consumer Hala, 72 hours feedback mechanism. We are at point. We're very timely. Let's go at a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hey in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
Consumer Hala TV.
Consumer Hala TV.
Consumer Hala TV.
At Consumer Hala TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at Consumer Hala TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrives.
And guess what? Our Consumer Hala brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at Consumer Hala TV. Follow us on our Facebook page, Consumer Hala TV, our Instagram page, Consumer Hala TV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. Consumer Hala TV. At Consumer Hala TV, you deserve to be heard.
At Consumer Hala TV, you deserve to be heard.
Hello, consumers. You're welcome to another beautiful episode of Consumer Voice on Consumer Hala TV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is the show where we'll be going to the street to get people's opinions on different leading brands and tell us their reasons why they prefer those brands over the other. And today we are putting noodles to the test. As you already know, some people like noodles and take it daily, while some take it because it's their comfort food. But then we want to know which brand people prefer. There are a lot of noodles brand in Nigeria, but we want to know which one truly has the heart of Nigerians. So stick with me as we find out. So which type do you like eating?
Indomie noodles. Indomie noodles.
Golden penny jollof.
Chicken flavor of minimi.
Indomie.
Indomitable.
Indomitable.
Chiki and Indomie.
And as you already know, we've been focusing on noodles for today. And Indomie noodles is taking the lead. And like I always say, this is not a show to criticize other brands. It's a show to make sure that those other brands know that they have to put more effort and make their products better for the consumers. And until next time on this show, I am Matilda Omenai. Bye for now.
A refreshed bath is a good way to start your day. But with so many bathing soap options out there, which one truly cleans the skin? I am Elizabeth Abefe and I'm live here at Ikeja, Lagos. Welcome to Consumer Voice on Consumer Hala TV. Here we'll be asking our consumer which brand is their preference and why are they choosing it? What's so special about this particular brand? And today we'll be putting bathing soap to a test. Which bathing soap truly cleans the body, purifies the body, and wash away germs from the body? You know what? Let's go find out. Which soap do you use?
I use Eva soap.
Well, I like to use Premier Cool.
Eva soap.
Make use of Eva soap.
Doodle soap.
I use Extract.
I use Hawaii. We've asked our consumers, as you all know, the voice of our consumers really matters. We've had the best choice of bathing soap, and they've told us which one really matters. Many of them went for Eva, mainly because of the size and because it does not react to any skin color. It blends with all the skin color. Okay, till our next edition on Consumer Voice. I am Elizabeth Abefe reporting for Consumer Hala TV. Bye.
Right, my name is Korede Peters and I am a product manager. So this is a very innovative idea, and first off, everybody is a consumer. And so this is the voice of the consumer. And this is the voice that is going to be heard. For the first time, the consumers in this country are going to be able to express their ideas and to get to know your rights, to know what belongs to you. And it's going to change a lot of branding. It's going to change a lot of things, because everybody knows that we're not just getting things out for the consumers. The consumers have a right to accept. You know, as they say, the customer is always right. So the customer is the consumer, and the consumer is always right. So, you know, when there is control, when there is feedback, there is bound to be change. So when, so I said, I'm a product manager. When you develop products, sometimes you believe you know what the users want, and through different kinds of surveys. But when the users actually get the product, they can tell you their mind, how the product is, their feeling about the product. So it's good to definitely change how products are being designed, how services are being given to people, because you can get a feedback, and that feedback can make or mar a company, you know, and everybody wants to have good feedback. So it's definitely going to change the behavior of people that make products. One very good thing is information. Information is power. So the consumer is going to get way more powerful. The voice of the consumer will be heard, the opinions of the consumers will be heard, and that opinion will shape how products and services will be made in this country going forward. Be on the lookout. You are now in charge. Several things coming your way through this station. I'm very excited about it. The things he's already brought out, and there will be many more things. But the bottom line, the consumer is now in the driver's seat. So Consumer Hala TV, thank you for this innovative work. You're going to keep evolving, and just follow the consumers. The consumers will lead you to what they want, and that's how it's supposed to be, always. You're going to have different types of consumers, and they're going to pander to the different needs, but you're going to be making consumers very, very powerful. So, thumbs up. Keep up the good work. My name is Korede Peters. Thank you very much.
Glad to know you're still there with us. Welcome back on the program. This is Resolution Box on Consumer Hala TV, and this is where we give you as a consumer a golden voice for you to call in and be part of the program and express yourself. Tell us your narrative about any dissatisfaction you're feeling about a particular brand or product. Welcome back to the program. And in context and content today, we are talking about Beaten Soap and Indomie, and our reporters have done so well. They've been to the streets of Lagos, and in reference to the noodles, Indomie topped the chart, and in reference to Beaten Soap, ever did well. That's a Nigerian brand, they topped the chart. And now let's dash to one of our social media handles. We've got one or two comments there. Okay, Jibola says, Jibola from Ikotu says, well done guys, good afternoon. I'm enjoying every bit of this program. And about cutting soap into smaller pieces, I guess we are all guilty. Now, waiting Niger turn us to be that. Okay, it is what it is. Thank you, Jibola, for sending for sending us this beautiful message. Another person says, okay, BC from Agege said, good afternoon, Consumer Hala TV. I'm enjoying RB. Okay, is it reading my blue? Okay, Resolution Box, but BC from Agege said RB. Okay, I'm enjoying RB. The Indomie brand I do not like is okay. Make a sure no spoil brand for the person we get them. But it is what it is. Keep up the good work, guys. Thank you so much, BC from Agege.
Thank you,
Ayolua from Bega says, kudos, guys. I love those programs with the thumbs up. Okay, Ayolua from Bega, with the thumbs up to you. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Okay, we got one here. Let's have this last one. Jasper from Moe says, guys, I beg, make I yarn you true. The Betty soap I know like is make I no mention him sha, but I love Eva. I think say as a guy you supposed to like Eva normal. Okay, Jasper from away. Thank you for being part of the conversation. So that's the reactions we've got from our beloveds on one of our social media handles. What do you see in reference to this comment?
The one thing I just see is that everyone here is expressive, but the thing is, please always mention the brand, because that is how
I guess they're trying to to cover their reputation.
No, I mean, in as much as they're trying to cover the reputation and that, if you don't say it, we wouldn't know.
Yeah,
that
you're
is
right.
why this is resolution box, to bring resolutions, and provide feedback mechanism for you. And so if you are trying to hide the brand, we won't even know what to say, and there's no way that brand will become better.
Because this program is not, we are not criticizing any brand, but it's just like getting back to them for them to step up, their A game in reference to their product.
Yeah,
you're very right about that.
Your voice matters, your voice counts, and they would always respect you. So I mean, they have been saying a lot of things about different brands, and now that we don't even know how to appraise them. If you have to tell them well done, or so say go the other way.
I understand you. To all our beautiful social media lovers that sent us a message via the comments, we appreciate you. Kudos to you guys. Of course, we appreciate your message. And we want to see more of these messages on each editions of Resolution Box and Consumer Analytics. It's about time to drop the pen on the program. But before we go, Remofe, what do you have for the listeners at home?
All I have to say is please watch Resolution Box. Tell your friend to tell your friend to tell your friend, and please do well to always be expressive about any brand. It doesn't necessarily have to be tied down to what we are discussing right now.
You're right.
And even if this show has ended, you can always drop your comments and we'll get back to you. And please do well to know that your voice matters. And that is how you always go on the streets to get feedbacks from you. And we are not endorsing or recommending any products or brand here. We are just analyzing, discussing about what you have said. And lastly, I would just want to say, please always read any prescription or whatsoever, drugs, soaps, food, anything, and ensure that you stick to what has been prescribed for you.
All right, you've done so well. I will pick it up from where he stopped, talking about reading of prescriptions that you should read it. Please, the instructions on the prescriptions are very, very important. About any product you buy, please make sure you read there. It's very, very important. And as a consumer, you have a voice, just like you rightly said. And please do well. This is my last word for you. Please do well to evangelize the word of Resolution Box. Yes, spread the gospel of Consumer Analytics. Thank you so much for being on the program. Another beautiful edition of Consumer Analytics / Resolution Box. We'll be back on Wednesday.